The arrow vanished into the sky. It did not fall back to earth. 3 princes had loosed their arrows to prove who was worthy of a throne. 2 shafts struck the desert sand, but the third, Prince Ahmed's arrow, rose higher than any eye could follow, cutting through clouds like a silver star, and disappeared. Days passed. No one could find it. His brothers claimed victory. The court whispered that Ahmed had failed. But somewhere beyond the reach of men, beyond mountains no map recorded, his arrow had landed at the feet of a being no mortal was meant to see. And the moment Prince Ahmed chose to search for it, his fate became tied to a world hidden beneath the earth, where beauty could be deadly and love could cost a kingdom. In a kingdom of high marble towers and scented gardens lived 3 royal brothers, Prince Hussein, Prince Ali, and Prince Ahmed. Their father, the Sultan, was a ruler of wisdom, but also of careful judgment. He had one daughter as well, Princess Nur-o-Nihar, whose grace and intelligence were praised throughout the land. Many princes desired her hand, but the Sultan decided she would marry one of her cousins, the brother who proved most worthy. To test them, he sent each prince to distant lands with equal gold and a single command: return with the most extraordinary treasure you can find. Hussein traveled to the great markets of Bisnagar and purchased a magical carpet that could carry its rider anywhere in the blink of an eye. Ali journeyed through Persia and found a crystal tube that revealed distant places as if clearly they were near. Ahmed wandered farther than either of them. In the distant city of Samarkand, he discovered a simple apple, unremarkable in shape and color, yet blessed with healing power. One bite could cure any illness, even from the edge of death. When the brothers reunited, fate tested them again. Through Ali's crystal tube, they saw Nur-o-Nihar lying pale and near death. Using the flying carpet, they reached her bedside in moments. Ahmed's apple restored her life. Each brother claimed his gift had been essential. The Sultan, unable to decide, proposed a final trial. "You're each to loose an arrow," he declared. "He whose arrow travels farthest shall win her hand." They stood at the palace walls. Hussein's arrow flew far. Ali's arrow flew farther. Ahmed's arrow vanished beyond sight. Servants searched for days. They found the first 2 shafts half buried in the desert, but Ahmed's arrow was gone. The Sultan declared Ali the victor. Ahmed smiled, though his heart felt hollow. That night, beneath a sky filled with indifferent stars, he made a decision. "I will find my arrow, and whatever fate waits where it has fallen." He did not know that destiny was waiting and watching. Prince Ahmed rode alone into lands where even caravans feared to pass. Mountains rose like jagged teeth against the sky. Winds howled through narrow passes. For weeks he searched rocky valleys and barren plains, driven not by pride, but something deeper, a need to know why his arrow had not returned. One evening, as the sun bled red across the horizon, he spotted something glinting between 2 towering cliffs. It was his arrow. It lay at the mouth of a cavern no larger than a doorway. The shaft had embedded itself in stone, as if placed there deliberately. Ahmed dismounted slowly. A strange silence surrounded the cave. No birds sang, no insects stirred. He stepped inside. The darkness swallowed him. Yet as he moved deeper, the cavern widened into a vast underground hall lit by glowing crystals. Marble columns shimmered. Fountains flowed with silver water. Gardens bloomed where no sun could reach. And at the far end of the hall stood a throne of carved jade.
Seated upon it was a woman of such beauty that Ahmed forgot to breathe. Her eyes were luminous, her hair flowed like midnight silk. She wore jewels that seemed alive with light. "Welcome, Prince Ahmed," she said softly. His heart pounded. "You know my name? I have known you since before your arrow left your bow." She rose gracefully. "I am Paribanou, daughter of the king of the Paris. Your arrow did not miss. I guided it." Ahmed's thoughts raced. "Why?" "Because," she replied, stepping closer, "I have watched you. While your brothers sought power, you sought healing. While they desired victory, you desired purpose." Her gaze held his. "And I chose you." Days turned into weeks within that hidden kingdom. Paribanou showed him wonders beyond imagination, gardens suspended in air, musicians whose melodies shaped light, servants who vanished like mist. Yet beneath the splendor lay a quiet truth. This world was not meant for mortals. Ahmed felt joy in her presence, a warmth he had never known, but he also felt something else: distance. He missed the sun on his face, the call to prayer echoing through city streets, his father's voice. Sensing his unrest, Paribanou spoke gently. "You are torn." "I love what you have shown me," Ahmed admitted, "but I cannot forget who I am."
She studied him for a long moment. "Then go," she said at last. "Return to your father, but promise you will not reveal my kingdom." He promised. When Ahmed returned to the palace, his family rejoiced. He spoke of distant travels, but never of Paribanou. Yet secrets rarely remain hidden. The Sultan's vizier, an aging man whose eyes missed nothing, grew suspicious of Ahmed's sudden wealth and serenity. "He has found power," the vizier whispered to the Sultan. "Power not granted by you." The seed of doubt took root. Soon the Sultan summoned Ahmed. "My son," he said carefully, "if you love me, prove it. Bring me a tent that can cover my entire army, yet fit inside a man's hand." Ahmed's heart sank. He knew the request did not come from his father's imagination. It came from fear. That night, he returned to Paribanou and told her everything. She did not appear surprised. "The world above is fragile," she said. "Men fear what they cannot control." With a faint smile, she handed him a small silk bundle, no larger than a fist. "When opened," she explained, "it will shelter 10,000 soldiers." Ahmed returned and presented the gift. The Sultan marveled. The vizier's suspicion deepened. If he can command such wonders, he could command the throne. Another demand followed. "Bring me," said the Sultan, "a lion from the enchanted forest whose skin is stronger than steel." Again, Ahmed went to Paribanou. Again, she provided what was asked. The Sultan grew uneasy. The vizier grew desperate. Finally, the old man proposed a task meant to end the prince. "Ask him," he urged the Sultan, "to fetch water from the fountain of the lion-guarded mountain. No mortal returns from there." The Sultan hesitated, but fear clouded love. Ahmed received the command in silence. He did not protest. That night, Paribanou's eyes flashed with anger. "They test you because they fear losing control," she said. "If you go, you may die." "If I refuse," Ahmed replied quietly, "I prove their suspicion." Paribanou stepped forward, her voice trembling. "Then you will not go alone." The mountain loomed black against the sky. 4 colossal lions guarded its entrance, their eyes glowing like embers.
Ahmed's hands trembled as he approached. Behind him stood Paribanou, not as a delicate fairy, but as a being of ancient power. Her form shimmered with light. Wind circled her like a living cloak. "Stay close," she whispered. The lions roared. The sound shook the ground. Ahmed drew his sword, though he knew steel would not save him. One lion lunged. Before its claws could strike, Paribanou raised her hand. Chains of light erupted from the earth, binding the beast mid-air. The others attacked together, a storm of fury and teeth. Ahmed fought beside her, not because he could match them, but because courage demanded it. He dodged snapping jaws. He struck where he could. He refused to retreat. The final lion towered above him, breath hot as fire. Ahmed froze. In that instant, fear threatened to claim him. Then he remembered his promise, not to his father, not to the throne, but to himself. He stepped forward instead of back. Paribanou's power flared brighter than the sun. The lions fell silent. The mountain trembled. The fountain emerged, a cascade of crystal water flowing into a golden basin. Ahmed filled the vessel, but victory carried a cost. Paribanou staggered, her strength drained from shielding him. Ahmed caught her as she fell. "Why?" he whispered. "Why risk yourself for me?" Her voice was faint. "Because love is not a spell. It is a choice." Ahmed understood then. The true test had never been about lions or fountains. It was about loyalty, about fear, about who would stand beside him when kingdoms doubted him. He lifted her in his arms and carried her away from the mountain. When Ahmed returned with the enchanted water, the Sultan's eyes filled with tears, not pride, but shame. The vizier's schemes had nearly cost him his son. Ahmed stepped forward, not with anger, but clarity. "I will not seek your throne. I have found a kingdom of my own." Paribanou appeared beside him, not hidden, not secret. The court gasped. The Sultan saw not a threat, but a guardian who had saved his son. The vizier's influence crumbled like dust. Ahmed chose to divide his life between worlds, mortal and magical, bridging them not with conquest, but with trust. And the arrow that once vanished into the sky became legend. It had not been a sign of failure. It had been the path to destiny. Sometimes the greatest treasure is not a throne or a crown, but the courage to follow your own path, even when others doubt you. If you were Prince Ahmed, would you have chosen the kingdom above or the hidden world below? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you love cinematic legends and timeless adventures brought to life, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more epic tales from across the ages. Until our next story, may your arrows always lead you to destiny.